All right, everybody. So let's talk about the two main guns in variations I get asked among the mule shooters all the time. Semi-auto versus over-under. I want to start by clearing up the biggest misconception I have between these two. Is you start on a semi-auto and you upgrade to an over-under. It is not an upgrade. It's two different platforms. You have a semi-auto platform and you have an over-under platform. You have a revolver and a pistol. Different things, okay? If you like to shoot semi-auto, shoot semi-auto. If you like over-under, stick with over-under, okay? So let's go over them. For this video, I have two guns, the same brand. I have the Beretta A400 XL Sporting, and I have the Beretta Silver Pigeon 1 Sporting. Okay, these are the two guns from Beretta that we most sell for new shooters. The differences between them. On the A400, unlike the FabArm L4S, they are gas operated guns. Therefore, they're going to have significantly less recoil than an over-under will. So, let's start with the semi-auto. Semi-autos, okay, they're great shooting guns. You have a lot of people shooting them and competing with them. You have 3 people from the Beretta team that shoot this gun here. Okay, they chose a $2,000 gun over a $10,000 gun. It's because they like to shoot and that's what works for them. Okay, semi-auto on the gas operated. Okay, that's like I said, it is gas operated. You shoot, the gas goes over the barrel, comes through the inside of the piston and pushes the bolt back. Now, with guns like this, they are not built to shoot light loads. What I mean, in a 12 gauge, 7/8 of an ounce, 1190 feet per second, that's what these guns are built for. They need more power in order to cycle properly. If you shoot that, this gun will not cycle properly. Well, Pedro, but I need to shoot light shells because my shoulder hurts. I get it. But the recoil of 1195 on an over-under, you can probably shoot 1250s, 1290s out of a semi-auto and you'll be the same. So they are not built to shoot light loads. Let's take this gun apart and see what is under the forend, okay? So we go here, you have your forend and barrels in action. On the barrel, you have the piston and the cylinder right here, okay? Right there, that's the cylinder. Gas builds up, goes through, pushes the bolt back, feeds the new shell, spits the old one out. That's your semi-auto action on Beretta guns or gas-operated guns like the FabArm. When you shoot, they are going to have significantly less recoil because they're gas-operated. They do not need the recoil in order to set up for the second shot. They need the gas, okay? On an over-under action like this one here, where it has an inertia-driven gun, you shoot, it needs the recoil for the inertia block on this gun to set up for the second shot. Now, what I also get asked all the time, safer, what's safer? For a kid, for example, just starting out, yes, an over-under, I think, in my opinion, is a little bit safer. Why? Because once the gun is break open, it is safe. It doesn't matter. You could have a shell still in there about to come out, but once it's open, it is relatively safe. You should never point at anybody in any direction, always towards the ground, away from people. But my point is, once it's open, the triggers don't work anymore. On a semi-auto, you do have what? To keep the bolt pushed back, okay? So always open. So that's something to consider. Now, weight. Yes, the semi-autos are going to be lighter. We do use them for a lot of people that are brand new shooters that don't, the clay shooting position is not a natural position where you're here and you lean forward into the gun. That is not a natural. Every sport is wide and low. Clays, you're not wide and low. You're close, you're leaning forward. So a lighter gun for a new shooter, it's always helpful, and a softer shooting gun too is always helpful. Now, it's not to say that an over-under is going to dislocate your shoulder after shooting. It's not that. It's just it is softer, okay? Now, you go and you're gonna compare the two. Well, you're gonna upgrade to an over-under. No, you're not gonna upgrade to an over-under. You're gonna choose a different platform. So on a semi-auto, for example, you shot, the shell spits out. You're gonna have to go and get your shells. Now over-under, the ejectors will either, yes, spit it out and eject off and jump, but you can put your hand over it, or you can actually make it into extractors where it simply lifts off. Now, caring for these guns, okay, the over-under is much simpler. Personally, what I do is once I'm done shooting, I have a rag, I wipe it all off before putting it in my case so the rust doesn't build, and I clean my gun every once in a while when it's time to do a deep cleaning. Every once in a while doesn't mean every 6 months. It means probably once a month, or if I shoot a lot, I will clean it once it's dirty. On a semi-auto, gas-operated gun, there's a little bit more maintenance because where the gas goes through the piston, okay, in the chamber, carbon buildup will start to accumulate there. If you do not keep the piston area spotless clean, you will clog the ports that allow the gas to go through and make the gun cycle. Well, now I have to keep cleaning my gun in order to gun cycle. Yes, that's what it is. You gotta put gas in your car in order to work. You gotta clean the gun in order to work. Same deal, okay? So, yes, you're gonna have to keep cleaning this gun more often than an over-under. Now, servicing, they are pretty close. On an over-under, we'd like to tell that the service time is when the top lever, as you can see, it's towards the right of the top tank. As you move towards its way to the center and it becomes at 6 o'clock, the position, that means the locking bolts are going very deep into the barrels, so it's time for a service. On a semi-auto, it's not as easy to tell, but they still need to be serviced. The good thing is they do not have a locking bolt, so you can keep servicing them, okay? There are a lot of 20, 30-year-old semi-autos out there, 390s, 391s. They are continue to work because people service them. You gotta service guns before they break. Probably I would say, depending how heavy of a loads you're shooting and how well you care for your gun, I would say 10 to 15,000 rounds on a semi-auto, 10 to 15,000 rounds on over-under. The over-unders you don't need to count. Now, closing your gun softly, like almost every video I say, closing the gun softly will extend that, because the harder you close, the deeper the locking bolt goes in to the barrels to keep those barrels tight. As you open and close, metal with metal starts removing material, and the pressure makes the locking bolt need to be replaced to a larger size. So the softer you close, the longer it lasts. Now, there's other things you can do also to extend the life of your gun, like keeping it clean, closing it softly, servicing when it needs to. Don't wait until the gun you shoot the barrels on an over-under and the barrels pop open to service the gun. Service it before, because at that point you're causing damage on it. On a semi-auto, what happens is if you don't service them, because there's no indication, so it's good time to start noticing when your gun is becoming 10, 15,000 rounds, service them, because you can start breaking things. Recoil springs, magazine springs, parts on the trigger, they can break. So service them before time. Comparison between the two, I'm going to repeat, it is not an upgrade going one to the other. It is what you prefer to shoot. I personally can't shoot a semi-auto for clays because the sound of the action throws me off. I can only shoot over-unders. Some people cannot shoot over-unders because they're too heavy, too bulky. They like to shoot the semi-auto, especially for the recoil reduction part of it on a gas-operated one. So you have those two platforms. Most of the gun clubs in America are gonna have a Silver Pigeon 1 and an A400 for you to rent, or a Beretta A300 for that matter for you to rent. Rent them out, try them out. That way you're gonna see which one you like best, okay? So semi-autos, you're gonna have less recoil, a little bit more daily maintenance after shooting. You gotta keep that piston clean. Over-unders, they're gonna be a little bit heavier, a little more recoil, a little less maintenance. So pick which one works for you. Hope you guys enjoyed it.